How do you break into tech? How do you break into tech? Most at times, we believe that we need all the experience, all the background. We have to have a college degree to get to break into tech, but it's not true. You can easily break into tech without all of those experience, without all of those backgrounds. So today we're going to be exploring what are the different ways in which you can break into tech without any experience. So it's very, very possible. So follow me closely as we get into it, and others will be joining us as we go. So breaking into tech is very possible. So we're going to be looking at the tips that are going to help you to break into tech. And also, if you have any questions, feel free to come up, and make sure you follow the room as well, so you can get alerts when we discuss this information. When we discuss and when we have rooms like this, you can always have an alert. And yesterday we did a live review of Instagram of LinkedIn bio. On 2 days ago we did resume review. So every day there's some important topics that we treat. Today we are treating breaking into tech. I will give you a few background information about me. So I've been in tech for 26 years. So even though I went break into tech in a more of a conventional way, going through the college routes because we don't know any better, I have, you know, bachelor's in computer science, master in cybersecurity, and masters in information and software engineering. And I love tech because tech is very safe, is recession proof, is once you're in tech and you can make a lot of money, you can work from anywhere, you can work remotely. All of these resources, all of this information are also available because I have a YouTube channel. All our clubhouse rooms and other resources are available on my YouTube. You can always look on there, look under my bio for the link to it, and you can see all these rooms that we've been running every single day we are here. So it's very easy to break into tech. It's not difficult. I want you to, if you are scared to break into tech, I want you to throw that out of the door, because many people that have helped to break into tech have helped up to 1,000+ engineer, okay, to break into tech. Most of them don't have any IT background. They don't have any college degree, and they are still able to break into tech. You can do the same. The only thing is that you have to have confidence in yourself, and you have to be ready because there are work to be done. If you are ready and you are not scared and you are ready to listen and to learn, then you are good to go. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. And I can show you how to literally break into tech, making 6 digits without any stress. That's a shortcut to tech, and I can show you how to do that. On my website, there's myituniversity.com. You can also look under my bio, you will see. You can also go on there and look at myituniversity.com. I have a lot of resources there, and I have a lot of courses there. It's either you want to do the online course or you want to do live courses, that many of my students here are in the live course or online, and mentorship as well. If you already did some training and you still cannot break into tech, I can mentor you one-on-one, help you, coach you, help you look through your resume, everything, and be your reference for the job, and you can easily break into tech that way. Last few weeks ago, there was a particular lady I met on the clubhouse on here, and she actually came here a few weeks ago to give a testimony of how she broke into tech. She doesn't have any IT background, but she's very curious, she's very hardworking, she's very ready for tech. And even her mom paid for her because she doesn't work. She's been sitting at home. And she did the course. The first interview, she got a job right away. And she came here on the clubhouse to give testimony of how she broke into tech and how I helped her. So see, the reason why I come here every single day is because we have so much in the community. We have so much that we can help people. But yeah, I'm gonna bring Mr. up, but we're not sharing resources. fine. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I feel like you're talking about me though, because I broke into tech without any experience or college degree.
Excellent. Wow, I'm so excited that you came up. I'm so excited that you came up because people are so scared. Hi, Richie.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good.
I was actually I'm in the boat where I just got out of the army 2 years ago, well almost 2 years ago now, and I got 10 years of experience in as far as IT is concerned, but I'm having a hard time getting into the civilian sector because of the certifications and also a lot of the military technology experience doesn't convert over into the civilian sector that well. So I'm trying to get my feet wet, I guess, but trying to see what I can do.
Wow, that's great. I've supported the Pentagon for more than 15 years. So when you talk about military, I'm also excited because supported all the income, all of these forts, Svelva fort,
Oh yeah.
everything, right? So I know what you're saying. But you can actually do well with, I'm sure you are US citizen, right? Richie, you're a citizen, you are US citizen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can do so well. You can make a lot of money in tech, especially cybersecurity. See, cybersecurity, you can make a lot of money. And most of the time, I'm not asking you, but most of the time, you guys might have clearance. I'm not saying you should say yes or no. Don't say that. But
Yeah. I
so
mean,
you don't. So
yeah, conversation. But so what institution do you suggest as far as like going through and getting the certificate? Is cybersecurity a degree or is it a
no,
certification? Or
you don't have to go through the degree route. So you can. I'm an adjunct professor. I lecture at 3 universities right now. But the thing is that there are certifications that you can do. But what I want to ask you is that what do you like to do? Do you like to attend to course to maybe one-on-one with maybe paperwork based customers, talk to maybe pretty much work on your own and just interview couple of system owners and get their system certified like a professional like that, like a managing some systems? Or do you like to just troubleshoot and sit at the desk? What do you like to do?
so I prefer hardware and I prefer like actually getting out there and fixing things, troubleshooting, but more on the hardware side of things.
Okay,
I
okay.
find that more appealing.
Interesting, right? Okay. Yeah, you can look at Security Plus and the CISA Plus certification. Security Plus
Okay.
is the foundation of cybersecurity, and the CISA Plus is hands-on labs, where you will need to know how to scan the network and get all the forensic and all of those things together. So that's CISA Plus, Cybersecurity Analyst Lab, and Security Plus. That's the fundamental of cybersecurity. You can take those two courses, but also if possible, you can also do the compliance. The compliance side is really, it's not too technical. It's a lot of, it may have a lot of details, like you have to check the system, making sure the system the controls are in place and stuff like that. You understand? So those are the things that you may have to do on. But I would rather say, when you were in the military, what were you doing? Were you doing any technical support or anything like that? What were you doing exactly? Maybe that will help me to guide you more.
I was on the tactical side, so I was actually out there taking mobile satellite systems and setting up. I was responsible for setting up commander hubs, which is basically just installation, installing the fiber, laying the fiber, and setting up all of the actual hardware itself.
Okay. Okay.
Richie, can you work with fiber? Can you terminate fiber? Yes, I can. They did not give the certification for that in the Army, so I don't have the actual cert, like paper cert itself, but I can do it. My problem is I have all the experience, I just don't have any of the paper to show anything. sometimes you don't need the paper. If you can
Mm-hmm.
find yourself some small local cabling company and say, hey, I've been terminating fiber in the Army for 10 years. You don't need a wire monkey. Can I get my foot in the door? Just
Exactly.
bust your chops and just pull wire and do that kind of stuff. Because those small businesses that need fiber, that need network, they always need that kind of work doing it. I mean, it may not be super fun to pull 100 drops in some dingy office that's been remodeling, but hey, if it's experience that you want in the private sector, that's something to think about. And also, if you like working on hardware, look at the K-12 sector, man, because schools have all kinds of IT needs that people forget about, and you can get in there and say, hey, I've got tons of experience, and they may not care if you have a certification if they've got hundreds of machines that need somebody who's savvy enough to touch them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. K-12, you're referring to like the educational systems, like actual high schools. I've been in education for. I'm in my 14th year working in K-12, and before that, I was in the universities, and before that, I was in some other stuff. But I mean, K-12 is always in need of IT, especially in this crazy ass world that we're living in these days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely. Somebody else suggested that to me. So basically, what has been so far is I sit for hours at a time because I'm dedicating this like it's an actual job itself. And I'll sit here and I have all these suggestions and ideas, and then I'm just staring at a computer screen and it's not really translating over the way I want it to. So it's like when I try to search jobs, all of these high qualified jobs come up that match my experience. And then when I try to get into the actual process of attaining the certs, I'm kind of lost there too as well because I'm trying to use the GI Bill to pay for the certs and whatnot. But basically, I just don't know what the heck I'm doing. To keep it short and simple, I don't know what I'm doing at this point. Google is just overloaded with a bunch of different searches that I've been doing, and I'm not getting the results for it. And I'm just trying to get set on some type of path so I can just do the work at this point.
Okay, I think Amelta, you want to? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, if you don't mind, and I'm not a professional or recruiter or anybody else, but I have worked with my grown kids and some other, family and friends and stuff like that. And I know Ricky being from the military, it's that transition is very stressful. And trying to go from the military life to the civilian life and what that process looks like. So I think maybe, and this is to the panel, my thoughts are is if he could find himself like a recruiter to help direct him and help refine what he's trying to do, like for the resume and stuff, because it could be very overwhelming for a veteran in transition. So I just really like to help him find the proper person to help mentor him to go through that. And Ricky, you can reach out to me. I mean, I can be an ear and I can give you some tricks of what I know, but I'm not as connected as many of the people on the stage are.
Yeah, thank you, Amelta.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, Ricky, send me your resume. Look under my bio, info@topgrouptech.com. So send me your resume, then I'll look at it and see how we can navigate, because most of the time you don't even need the certification to get a job in tech. You don't need to be certified yet, but you need some skills that you can transfer. We need to see maybe there's some transferable skills on your resume, and maybe you can have just few things you can add to it to get a job. Because most of the time when you look into the job market, maybe you might find some things and you are missing a whole lot of stuff. But I'm sure there are some things we can use on your resume. If you can send that to me, I will take a look at it and I can help you, guide you from there as well.
Okay, yes, ma'am. You said it's the link on your bio, right?
Yes, info@topgrouptech.com. And I'm sure Micha is trying to come up, but he kept disappearing. Yeah, so that will help. I'm sure you can do so well because you're already exposed to you're already exposed to military, you're exposed to a corporate America, you know how things should be done. So you are not, it's not like you don't know how to navigate your way in the, you know, if you get in, you can, but how to get in is it. So I need to look and see, maybe we have some soft skills, some hard skill already. Maybe you want to add one or two things in, I will be able to guide you from there as well. And feel free to follow Melta and also Mitcha. I'm sure it's gonna come back. So that will help, okay?
Yes, ma'am. We'll do. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Um yeah, gone again. And Joy. Hi Joy, welcome.
Hi, Professor Timmy. I actually raised my hand by accident, but since I wanted to,
Yeah,
I
Joyce.
work for Amazon,
Yes, go ahead.
so I will ping you my email address. Send me your resume. Well, first of all, look on the website, see if there are any positions that you're interested in. If there are, I will ping you my email address. Send me your resume. Don't apply for the job yet. Just tell me what the name of the job is and what the job number is. I will submit your resume as a referral, and then you will get a link to apply. And
Okay. Yes, ma'am. That sounds great.
Thank you, Joy. I really appreciate it.
no problem.
Joy, you need to use your Amazon wings more.
I do. I really do because I want to help.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Joy. Miss Toots, thank you for joining us. Can you introduce yourself before we continue? Miss Toots?
Hi everyone. Good evening. So my name is Nitu, and I'm here to support Professor Temi. Please make sure you follow our moderators on stage and follow the room. Click on the green powerhouse, and we are going to be speaking on breaking into tech with no experience. Now that we have a back channel, you all can feel free to message us. Um, and we'll try as much as possible to answer your questions on the back channel. If you don't want to come up, if you're shy to come up, you can certainly send us messages and we can ask questions while you're still in the audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Tutu. I appreciate it. Yeah, so pretty much gonna discuss about breaking into tech. So what I'm gonna do, since Micha is here and Miss Tut is there, I'm just gonna allow each, everyone to share their experience. How did you break into tech? What's your experience breaking into tech with no experience, with some experience, so that we can encourage people in the audience. Then we'll go into some of the tips, and then that's how we're gonna go today. So I'll start with Miss Tut. Miss Tut, how did you break into tech? Did you have any college degree? Do you have any experience breaking into tech? Can you share that with us? And then
No,
we'll
ma'am.
go to
So
Mr.
I'm a cybersecurity consultant, and I broke into tech by taking Professor Tami's class as a mentee, and um, she really was a great mentor to me. And because she's a real life college professor, I was able to skip all those prerequisites that people will take in college. I went straight to the courses. And I had already had a background in public health and master's degree. So I didn't want to like accrue student loan debt, like I was before. And I couldn't find any jobs, right, in my department. And so I thought that tech, you will have to do scripting and programming and coding and things like that. So I just decided, let me contact Professor Tammy, and I took the Certified Authorization Professional course, the Security Plus, and the CYSA Plus Vulnerability Management course, and those are three courses. I was able to find a job before the end, before finishing my Security Plus. So I would say I found a job in like 6 weeks. So I want to tell you all can do it. You do not need to have a backup. computer science, major in mathematics, information. You don't even have to have all that. They really just want you just to have skills. You know, if you have transferable skills, you have the experience, especially if you're a professional already. If you're already a professional, you can really just transition your career by having a great mentor, by taking Professor Temi's courses. You can switch into the tech industry, software industry, very, very easily. And one of the easiest ways to get into tech is to go into policy and compliance. So you're going into policy and compliance, you will learn a lot about tech. And then you don't even have to have a certification yet, right? Because once you break in, it's very rewarding and you'll learn so much. And then when you want, you can go for the certification and you can have the companies pay for your certification. Companies come with a budget and they have a large budget to really, give all their employees, educational assistance. They will even send out emails that they're offering certifications and they'll pay for it. They'll reimburse you back, you know, however how much you pay for your training and, you know, certifications, they will reimburse that money back to you. And also, if you work for certain companies, they have like little courses you can take, like little IT courses to get you up to speed more and more learn more information. CPE courses. There's conferences that you can go to. I mean, tech is really rewarding, and one of the best ways to live above the poverty line is to go into the technology software industry. Those are one of the best ways to live above the poverty line because we all know that we are living in a capitalist nation and it's you can get left behind easily. We are consumers, we are capitalists. You can easily fall below the poverty line if you're not careful. You have to stay on top of technology. Technology is really transforming the world and you have to stay in that field. You have to divert into that field. Everything is going to be technology right now. Everything is going to be digital. So I just want to encourage everyone, PTR Professor Temi's her profile picture. Make sure you contact her. Make sure you do a consultation with Professor Temi, and then she will divert you to the right place. She teaches courses as Scrum Master, Business Analyst, AWS Azure. So she can consult with you and determine which route for you, which route will be best based on your speaking, your skills, your technical background. If you have very little technical background, she can really help you to get a job and help to direct you in the right path. And if you've already taken some classes from somewhere else and you still can't find a job, reach out to Professor Temi. You will find a job. You will find a job in less than 120 days. I promise you, it's not a gimmick. This is what happened to me because it's one-on-one with her, right? You're not going to be in a college course where it's like 30, 50, hundreds of people. You're going to have a one-on-one with her. You're going to have a mock interviews with her. She's going to review all your resumes. She's going to tell you, send you jobs from networking recruiters and refer jobs to you because she taught you, right? And she's already looked at your skills and she knows that you're ready and prepared. These are skills that you don't always get when you go to bigger schools, right? Because we just graduate, we get the diploma and we leave. And so I'm encouraging you all, you can afford to pay for your own education if you get into the tech industry. My husband, same thing, like he can pay for his own master's degree out of pocket without accruing all these loans because he's working in the tech industry as a project manager and a business analyst. So this is great news that we can just live above, a certain tax bracket and be in the tech industry and work with executives and C-level people, C-suite level people. Yeah. So to the gentleman who said he was in the military, you also have a leg up because a lot of these defense contractors, they love to hire people with military backgrounds because you already probably have a clearance. And so you can get hired like direct as a defense contractor or like work for DOD directly. So you really have a leg up, and you can break into the tech easily that way too, because they feel like you've been working with military infrastructure, right? And you have the clearance. So, you know, follow our room, please, and please contact us. Thank you. And that's it.
Thank you, Miss Toots. I can't say it any better. You're good at this, and you're saying it from experience, from a place of experience where you don't have no tech background, and now things are better both for you and your husband as well. So I'm glad that you mentioned that as well, so people know that this is real. It's a family thing, and everybody needs to break above poverty level, especially now that things are changing. Nothing is promised without everything is going on in the world. You need to be secure. You need to make sure that you have a good job, because you never know. So thank you for that, Miss Toots. So Micha, thank you so much for coming, for already supporting and helping us. Can you please explain to us how you broke into tech, and just like to did? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Miss, oh, yeah,
Sure
thank
thing.
you. Yeah.
I had a really interesting, circuitous way to getting into technology. When I was in high school, I played around with computers a lot, as I'm sure some of you may or may not. And I just like to play around with them. When I get into college, I'm like, I know computer science. I like computers. I'll get into computer science. But then that was calculus at 8 a.m. and assembly language at 9:30, and I couldn't hack it. No part in the pun. I could not do that level of math that early in the morning, and it wasn't what excited me about computers. It wasn't what excited me about technology. So I switched to creative writing, and I went to school for creative writing, and then I got a retail job in a bookstore. True story, not lying about any of this. And then one day, a buddy of mine came in because I hated my retail job. Everybody's got to do their time in retail. Everybody's got to do their time in food service. I was doing my time in retail, and my buddy knew that I was looking for a job, and he said, "Hey, Misha, I'm having a startup. Do you want to hop in?" And I said, "Anything is better than flipping burgers or selling books." So I hopped into his startup, and we were doing some ridiculous nonsense that doesn't even matter because it was part of the dot-com bubble, and it was never going to work. But I got some experience there. And the critical things that helped me, and I'm not even going to lie about this, was my liberal arts degree and my communication skills, my soft skills, my people skills. Nothing of what I was good at the beginning was relevant for what I was doing. If I would have stayed at LSU and done assembly language, that would not have helped me pitch selling Windows 2000 computers to small businesses who had crappy machines. So at the time, it was what was effectively an MSP, a managed services provider. But I don't think that language was even around at the time. We were ripping out people's old 95 boxes, putting in 2000 XP, and just redoing everything. And just in small business, I got so much experience because I saw so many weird things of these people who had, hacked stuff together because Billy Bob, who was good with Office, or the owner's niece who knew how to write a word macro, had put together their entire office. So working with other people to get in taught me so much. I hated that job, and I moved on to something else, and I got into the universities. So I was working for the Tulane School of Medicine here in New Orleans, supporting an entire campus of doctor and nursing students and all the weird stuff that they brought in. And again, every time I went somewhere, I learned more stuff. I hung out with the other geeks. I talked about stuff. This is in the dark ages before YouTube, so we use these things called forums to learn about other problems. And eventually, I left there. Hurricane Katrina happened. I moved to Austin, Texas. And from there, I'm like, I need a job. I don't know anybody. I'm in a totally brand new place. I have all these skills. I've got an English degree. I went to a tech recruiter. The tech recruiter placed me in a job that turned out to be a Fortune 500 company. And I was doing Linux system administration and learning so much because I'd never worked in anything remotely like a global organization before. So I learned stuff there, and I moved on and I moved on and I moved on. Then when I came back home, I stayed in education. I got into K-12. Again, all the skills, all the things that I've done, all the places I've been. And now I've been running a school district for the last 14 years, and it's super fun. And not a single thing I would have learned in college applies to me right now today. Everything I'm doing, I've learned, I've figured out. Teacher walks in, I have this brand new thing I've never seen before. You Google it, you learn it, you figure it out, you deploy it. It's all the soft skills, it's the ability to learn, it's the ability to know stuff. That's my journey into tech without experience. I'm Misha, and I'm done speaking for the moment.
Wow. Clapping for you. I love your spirit. I love your energy. I love your passion. In tech, if you're going to break into tech, you have to be crazy. You have to be passionate. You have to love it because there's work to be done. There's a lot of money to be made, but you can make it very, very well. But you have to be passionate about it. And that's what you just had. You don't have to have any college. I mean, if you have college degree, that's okay. If you don't have any tech experience, don't be scared. You can do it. We have a lot of resources everywhere, plus mentorship, plus our programs that are here to help to mentor you. When I broke into tech, even though I had college degree, I had to go for boot camps because I have so much that I can't use any of them because I'm not deep enough. I don't everything I learned in school for my computer science associate and my computer science associate, then my bachelor's computer science. I can't just jump and start using it because they are all theory. They are not deep enough. Okay. We learn JavaScript, we learn Java, we learn all this C++ and all of that in college. I can't use it for anything. Nobody's going to hire me. So I had to now go for a boot camp to learn Oracle forms and report and whatever. And I started with that to get a job. So it's not what I've not done, it's what I have done myself. You understand? So I'm so happy that you mentioned this because at the time I was working two jobs, working as a security officer and then working at the gas station. And I worked two jobs every single day. And then I have to go for boot camp every Saturday, all day. And then from there, come back to work. If you're not ready to sacrifice, you cannot get into tech because tech is not gonna be like the recruiter is gonna come to your house and give you the job at your door. You have to be ready to call to put yourself out there. You have to be ready to study. You have to be ready to study. Even coming to my class, there are jobs to be things to be done. Okay. You have to be ready to sit back, look at what I've given you, the videos, like read through every single thing and just be passionate. You notice some people they will get into they will have all these resources, they will finish the courses, and they will sit on their resume. They will not put it up. You can't get a job like that. Like Mitchell just said, he was just going and going and going. You see opportunity, grab it. Some people will be coming to this room over and over to this room. They will never take any step. They will never do anything. They will just keep coming every single day. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. Now is July. How many more months before the end of the year? Take action. Do something different. You can't do the same thing over and over again and expect a result. Do something different. Follow a mentor, look at your resume, just take a step of faith and just go out there and put your resume out or go for mentorship or go start a course. Do something. Do something. I'm so glad that you mentioned all of those things that you share with us. That is powerful. And I know you've all seen that. That is why this week, this Sunday, supposed to be my rest time. As soon as I finish Clubhouse, I'm starting a mentorship program because I've seen a lot of people sit on their resume, they're not doing anything with it. I'm gonna do 2 hours mentorship every week, every single week, to see what problems are you guys having that you are not getting a job. What problem are you guys having that you are not moving forward? Move forward. We're here to help and to mentor you. So I'm so glad that you're saying all of this because tech is my passion. I'm here every day to mentor people and to make sure that people are moving forward in their career. So I'm so glad and I'm grateful for what you share with us. Thank you so much.
Can I say something else, Temi?
Yes, please.
If you can't do anything, what you can do is you can find whatever relative or whatever friend you have that has a broken ass computer that isn't working and say, hey, you're going to throw that away anyway. Can I take it? Then you have a computer. You have a computer that's broken that you can learn how to fix. Google up the motherboard, go download Linux, do something. And now you have the first step in your home lab, right? You can get virtual machines for free that you can run using VirtualBox. You can start playing around with all this stuff. Get some side hobby project and just figure it out. Just sit down, say, I'm going to try to do one thing. I'm going to learn to terminate a cable. I'm going to install, Windows 95 on this 2,000-year-old box just to see what was going to happen. I'm going to set up a virtual machine. You can download virtual machines from Microsoft if you want to play around with domain controllers. There's so many free resources out there. Just hack on it, learn.
Thank you, Mitcha. Yeah, being motivated is the first thing. See, we've said it all, but then when you leave, you're not doing anything with it. Please do something. Be motivated. Start thinking, where can I get started? Which area, what do I like to do? We're still gonna get into some of those things because I have a list of tips that we can look into now today. And if you go on my YouTube channel, you see a lot of things we discussed about breaking into tech before. They are all their videos from the clubhouse. Okay, so you can also go on there and listen to them. They are recorded. They're on Zoom, so it's actually I always have slide. Right now I have slide with me that I'm discussing from. So you're not gonna just listen to podcast on YouTube. It's gonna be live, seeing me live and seeing the slide and listen to everybody discussing. So thank you so much for that, Mitchell. Almega, do you have any? I'm sure you're into tech as well. Do you have any addition to what we're discussing?
So I guess I just wanted to, me myself, I came from, it was a struggle to get into tech for me. I did okay in high school, but I really wasn't one that really wanted to do school. But after a marriage, my marriage didn't work, and I left with 2 kids and one still in the stomach. I needed to figure out what was my next steps. So, struggling through welfare and homelessness and stuff, I decided to go to school. I was actually going to nursing school. And once I started nursing school, they started laying off nurses because they didn't think they need them. They were going to make them LPN. So then that wasn't working. And then when I was going to college, the only thing I could do when I wanted to do computers, you had to go to a Vo-Tech to be able to put together computers and stuff. Everything was programming and COBOLs and stuff. And I didn't want to be a programmer. I did wind up going to a community college, and I went to do microprocessors. And then I found out that they had biomedical instrumentation, which is repairing the medical equipment in the hospital. I never heard of that. I'm like, well, I had my anatomy, physiology, and stuff from nursing, so I was able to transfer that to major in biomedical instrumentation and electronics, microprocessors, programming microprocessors. Well, after that, I was able to get a job repairing medical equipment, working in the hospital. I always liked healthcare. I was trying to be a nurse. I was a candy striper for a while, so I knew about patient care. Through all that time, I was seeing how patient monitors were starting to be connected, and central stations and everything being set up. So I then, not my money, but when you work for a company, don't forget, can get tuition reimbursement. Use their money to educate yourself and go to college. That's part of and I'll say that and pound that in to everybody. Use your benefits to benefit you.
Yeah.
And don't leave money on the table. So I used my tuition reimbursement. I got my bachelor's degree, because I got my associate's degree, and I got my bachelor's degree, and then I just kept going from there. I'm 57 years old, just finished getting my 2 master's degree, but in project management and SCADA cybersecurity. The field is out there. You don't even have to go as high as I did. Certifications will get you started, but the field is so vast, and in healthcare, it's so conflicted because when you're dealing with medical devices, it's legacy systems and learning how to utilize and work and to guard those legacy systems within the IT infrastructure. There's so many different directions you can go without going into coding. I mean, I can lead IT projects. I sit and I'm doing risk assessments and gap assessments on where do we have the old equipment? How do we need to get it fixed? Or can we put firewalls on it? Or do we need to look at future capital purchases, and what does that look like for the healthcare system? There's so many other different ways you can help with just some of that basic tech knowledge. So this is Almita, and I'm done.
Thank you so much, Amita. You just said it all. Like we were talking about cybersecurity compliance, and we're talking about security plus, and you're talking about project management. All these things are not too technical. Security plus is going to give you the foundation of tech, because it doesn't matter what area of tech you are going. If you know cyber security plus, it's just going to guide you, because that's a gateway to pretty much to tech. Then you're talking about compliance, which is more like paperwork, getting the system access for getting the approval to be online, right? And then you're talking about managing projects. All these are not too technical, and you can make tons of money. I've seen students that make 150K from security, cyber security. Compliance, there is not even hands-on. There's hands-on side, but you don't have to be hands-on to make a lot of money in tech. If you're looking at the Scrum Master, business analysis, project management, you can make 6 digits. I'm talking about in less than 120 days. Okay. The lady I mentioned here, she only did it for 12 weeks, 8 weeks class, and 4 weeks she already got a job and came back to Clubhouse to say it. So these are the things that are available. Don't sit on your hands. All this Mitra, Amelda, you see them discussing, even Miss Toots, they are forward thinking. They are not sitting on their hands. They're using their hands to work, and they are connecting the dots, and they are moving with it. That's all you need. Plus, you even have somebody to mentor and to guide you. You don't have a problem. You just have to be ready to work and ready to listen. Because some people, they will call you. Normally, if you need me to talk to you, to guide you, schedule a call. 30 minutes of my time every day I give to people, talk to them, guide them. Just go on my Instagram bio, click on it, and schedule a discovery call. You already put on my schedule. I'll talk to you and guide you and mentor you what you need to do. It's free. Okay, some people will come to me then, and then they don't want to listen. You came to me, you asked this question, I'm trying to guide you, you are going back and forth and talking over me, or be too fast, or you don't want to listen. How will I guide you when you don't listen? So you have a mentor, you network with people, they will help you, they will guide you. It doesn't cost them anything. It doesn't cost them anything to guide you, but you should be ready to work. You should be ready to listen to them, because they've been there, they know it. They know how to navigate. It make life easier for you. So I thank you all for those information. Miss Yana, thanks for joining us. Miss Toots, you want to say something? Then Miss Yana's gonna chime in.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, for people who are worried, like, if y'all think that y'all gonna start all over again and transfer into a it's not. You're not gonna have to start all over. Professor Tammy can show you how to leverage your professional skills from your previous professional settings, and how you can leverage those skills. You can start from the mid to senior level. You don't have to do internships. You don't have to do a junior, nothing. You can literally go in and transfer on the same level that you were already working in previously, and you just transfer into a different industry, which is like, tech software industry, right? And you're going to be working with software team, technical teams, but you're not going to be the one doing all the technical work, because you're just working with their teams, right? And just like the lady said, I used to work in hospital, and I also was, I was going to school for nursing. I changed my major to public health. Now I'm not even using any of those, public health, because really the only thing I learned from, that I'm using in healthcare and policy now is about patient information and HIPAA. That's really the only thing. But my background and my degrees in public health, I'm not using that in the tech industry. And I'm making more money than people who are using that degree. I'm making a lot more money than them. And I'm just so grateful that I broke into the tech industry. It will be harder for people if they don't have mentors. It will be very, very hard. And if you want to work on executive level with like executives, and like you really want to climb the corporate ladder, project management is really a great field. And Professor Tammy also teaches that. She does teach the Project Management Institute, and she can really show you how to get to the project management field, and you will be working with like top executives. That's a really, really hot field also. And you can work for any industry. You can work for oil and gas, manufacturing companies, car manufacturing companies. You can work for tech startups, uh, software, any IT industry, any organization that has teams of people have a project manager. Okay, have a project manager. Any organization who have, if they're building something, whether it's hardware or software, they have a project manager. So you can really, she teaches the whole IT industry line of work. And so I really want to encourage people, do not be scared and think, oh, I have to start all over again as a small, like as a kid. No, you don't have to start all over. Like, just, we show you, we can mentor you on how um, leverage your skills and transfer your experience and still keep the same level. You don't have to go backwards. You know what I mean? You still can keep the same. And actually, you might even you're going to get a huge promotion because you're going to be going into tech and it's going to be more money, right? And you're probably going to be on a higher level because you can go from like mid level to senior level quick. People will be in a job for like 6 months, go to the next job and be promoted to the senior level. People do that. That will, because we work on projects and you don't have to stay on the projects from the beginning to an end. You can really get your experience in 6 months and transfer. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Toots. I know Ola just came up, but before that, Miss Iana, just can you please introduce yourself, Miss Iana, and before I go to Ola.
Thank you so much, Miss Temi. Yes, I was dealing with a very kitty situation in the backyard. I've been wondering why this cat has been laying out in the wintertime, very comfortable on the chairs, and now we know why, because she was pregnant.
Oh,
So
wow.
bear with me in my kitty situation. But in terms of tech, nobody made a bigger pivot than me, as I say many times. I came from a social work background, so that's a lot of soft skills, doing counseling, not a tremendous amount of tech involved. So when I started my company, Circle of Opportunities, which I'm the founder and CEO of, executive career coach and tech recruiter, I thought I was just going to be doing life coaching, but they say man makes plans and God laughs at him, because the truth is I built a fully remote tech company providing a digital product, right? Digital services way before COVID even happened. And it was really a setup, for the future, because I'd never seen myself going into the tech industry, but that's exactly the direction I was walking in, right? So it forced me to learn about engineering, coding, programming, product management, project management, business analysis, data analysis. I work with scientists, I work with nurses, I work with doctors. So it's important that you know, and on the executive level at that, that you know and understand the industries, the software tools, the technical tools, so that I can advise them, right? How to utilize those systems and tools appropriately, what trainings to take, what certifications, what schools to apply to, what boot camps, what mentors. This is all information that I had to learn very, very quickly when I started working in tech, and then eventually just learned those skills so that now I can advise and coach people on what to do, right? I even help them not to make mistakes. I save them years and years and thousands of dollars in expenses, because I've learned, the pitfalls and the challenges and the mistakes that they no longer have to make when they get coaching, like Ms. Toot said, when they get mentoring, when they're referred to the right recruiters, when they're refer to the right companies and the right teams and they know what to do, you can really save yourself a lot of pitfalls and mistakes because you don't know what to do. Many people here, we've already learned that the hard way. So that's why we can sit here today and tell you, exactly what you should do and what you should be focused on right now in tech. But listen, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And that's the truth. if you have the right positive mental attitude, if you are a go-getter, if you're willing to put in the work and the time, if you're willing to learn a new skill, a new tool, you can definitely transfer it over 100%. Yes, you can absolutely make six figures and way beyond that. Yes, you can be a founder. You can be a non-technical founder as well. You can start companies and you can make massive change in tech within a matter of months. And that's what happened to me. And I tell you, it can happen to anyone. So don't be fearful. Don't be intimidated. Don't let anyone speak negativity into you because of their own fear or what they're hearing or what they're reading in the news. You know, take your own path, take a leap of faith, take the first steps, and get the guidance, get the help. It's right here and it's available for you. It's much easier today than it was, 10, 20 plus years ago when many of us were first starting out in our careers. So access is definitely available. Don't hesitate to reach out, connect with me on LinkedIn, follow all the moderators here and connect to people to get the coaching or the advice that you need to help you on your journey in tech. So thanks as always, Ms. Temi.
Yes, thank you so much for that. Yeah, you can break into tech. We're here to help and mentor, support, train you, mentor you, coach you. You can do it. Come up and ask your questions, follow us, schedule the discovery call, click on my Instagram bio, and we're here to help you. All are welcome. Do you have any question for us?
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Temi and the moderators. You guys are doing a really great job, and yeah, it's really commendable. I stumbled upon this room a couple of weeks ago, and I've been following as much as time permits me. But I think for the past week, I've been kind of more consistent because of the tips I'm learning. I'm really getting a lot of information. Thank you so much. So my name is Hola, and I'm a project manager in construction. But I'm actually I'm breaking into tech and want to go into the tech world. But during my job search, I realized that most of the jobs that I applied to as a project manager, they wanted, let me say, industry-specific project managers now, like people who have experience in a specific or a particular kind of industry, which I believe that with being a project manager, some experience, one should be able to function in diverse industries, like Ms. Tooth mentioned earlier. So, but actually, I'm interested in tech, and I've been trying to see how I can get into tech with my experience and all that. So that's the question I'm really about asking. Like, is it a myth that you have to be experienced in a particular kind of industry to function as a project manager? Which I think is not, though, but I want to learn more about that so that at least I can know how to go about my job search or transferring into the tech side of things or project management. So that's my question.
Yeah, it's a myth. It's a myth because have you ever worked in a professional environment, Mr. Ola?
Yeah. Currently, I'm a project manager with a construction company, so I'd say yes.
So those are skills, and I was actually gonna mention that myself because I just moved to a new construction area, right? And I've been learning that people, because I know someone who majored in construction management, and he got a job as a project manager. But those are hard skills, right? Those are the jobs that you use with your hands, hard skills. And they still consider him as a project manager. They're still building houses, but you still have skills. You still have plans. You still communicate with people, right?
Yeah, sure.
You can transfer your hard skills into soft skills. And it is a myth that you don't have to start from the beginning and start out and begin. No. All you need is the training. All you need is training, and all you need is a proper coach and mentor. So I would suggest you keep in contact with Professor Tane. She can give you the materials for project management. Do a consultation with her, and she'll help you with your resume. Okay, all for one price. All for one price, and you can do all of this in less than 5 weeks because you already have clients, right? You've already been engaging with people.
Yeah, sure.
It's just a different industry. That's the only difference. It's a different industry. Now you're going to transfer those skills into working in tech and software, and you don't have to go on site and do building and construction and all of that. You can do that as a piece in your own. You can work from home. You just need to take the training from Professor Temi.
Okay. Thank you. I'll be in touch with her. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you can break into tech. I mean, it doesn't matter. Most of the skills that we're mentioning here, there's no single skill, there's no single training program. Let's say cybersecurity or cloud or data analysis or Scrum Master, business analysis, project management. You can use it anywhere. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter which industry, it's the same thing. It's just that you need to understand how to use it. You have soft skills already, transfer those soft skills. You have some hard skills already, transfer those hard skills. You have some tools that you know how to use right now, transfer those tools. Let it be on your resume that you use this tool this way. And you just have to use it in the tech environment now. But it's the same thing. You're tracking, maybe you're tracking what you're using, your tools, your infrastructure, what you are building, your sand and whatever loads of things they are bringing to the sites. I don't know, something like that, or work resources and stuff like that. But now you're going to be tracking projects. You're going to be tracking project that they're working on, particular project, and so on and so forth. So it might be different things you are tracking or you are managing, but you are still managing something. So you can transfer those things. So we're going to look into these areas. And also you can look online and see, okay, we're going to look online, or you can also look online and see there are some tools, maybe there's some new tools that you're not using right now. But most of the time when you search for tech project management, they're asking for those tools, right? Then you have to know, okay, these particular tools are always everywhere and I don't know how to use it. So now how do I, because you might be doing project management now and you're just managing everything with Excel or whatever, just tracking everything in Excel or whatever. But now with tech, tech, they want to be techy, right? So they want all the tools to be, you have to know those tools, you have to master those tools. So now you're going to look at those tools. Which tools do you don't have under your belt? You need to know how to use those tools. You need to know how to now describe all those skills that you have now. How will you use them in tech? We're going to look into that and all of that. So that's the only thing. How you can transfer the skills that you have already into tech. That's all. And then your resume and everything like that.
All right. Thank you. I'll be in touch.
I'd like to add on to that if I can.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
The, so for me to look at construction, I'm a certified project manager and I have my degree in it. To look at construction, I know I'm going to have to learn a new vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
Project management is project management is project management. But in that industry, there is different verbiage that is used and structure that's used depending on if it's IT, if it's construction, if it's medical device, building. Because when I was looking at a project manager job for engineering medical devices and putting it in, I think my recommendation is to get familiar with the verbiage. There's books that talk about IT, project management that you can get. There's stuff online, YouTube, stuff like that. Understand a software life cycle. What does that look like? Do you know what I mean? There's different knowledge, another set of knowledge base that can add on to yours. Not saying that your project management, you already have it for. You just need to add the other pieces. I'll meet that. I'm done.
Thank you.
Yeah, you just need the terminologies to use in the software industry. And Professor Temi, she has all those resources too, and you can do your starter research and just watch a bunch of YouTube and stuff like that, but you still need the coaching. So I will consult with her, and she'll give you the resources, and then you can use additional YouTube and things like that. But she definitely has the resources to give you. And I know you know how to use Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office, Excel. I'm sure you're using Excel already to track your materials for building, right? Now you just need to transfer. Yes. You just need to learn, Power BI and Project or SQL, and you can learn all that from Professor Tami.
And another good one is that Scrum. If you're already doing project management and you're very good, go look into Scrum Master, Agile Project Management. That will be a big bonus to you. And this is a class that we offer as well. 4 weeks, that's all. So that will be a big plus because most companies now they use Agile Scrum and it's a way of managing projects. And the the software development life cycle you mentioned, I probably treated that in this room like 2 times, a whole 1 hour of going through the whole life cycle. Last week we did, week before we did it. It's free. It's probably gonna be online on YouTube already. So this life cycle, you need to understand them because when you talk about, like Amelta said, it's going to be discussing everything is going to be now software development. You have to be able to discuss from when you meet the customer to get the requirement all the way down to the discussing it, planning it, designing it, designing, then development, then testings and deployments, all the way to maintenance, operational, and retirement. So we discuss that in this room and we go over it. So things like that, when you get yourself familiarized with yourself with those terms and understanding those terms, is easy. So you can say, okay, I've been doing a lot of construction, project management, and some other ways. I'm also doing some and you already mixing it with software engineering. This is what I know, and you discuss it. You easily gonna get in. So you already have it, but you're not there yet. But we can help you. Feel free to schedule a discovery call with me. You can just click under my Instagram bio, and I'll talk to you. And feel free to also follow
Thank you
Amel.
so much.
You're welcome. And I'm sure Amelta is also into project management and construction. I'm sure she won't mind to share some resources with you as well.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. Hope to see you
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So we
So,
have.
Aline, you have a question?
Hey, yeah, I had a question. Thanks for bringing me up. I'm looking to get into cybersecurity, but for me, I just felt like it was a long process, and I've been listening for a while, and from what I've heard, it seems like taking Timmy's course will kind of be accelerated, and a person will be able to get a job within 120 days or however long it was. And I was just interested in how that process worked because I just felt like I needed a bunch of certifications. Not saying that I don't, but I just felt like that's what I needed to get started. And that's what prevented me from even going after those jobs to begin with. And
Exactly.
if you all have any tips for me, because that's really what I want to do. I'm here to listen.
Great. You're in the U.S., right, or Canada, right?
I'm in the U.S. right now.
Great. So a couple of days ago, we held a room here, and you're like the perfect candidate. And I think I mentioned it earlier during my introduction. There are courses, like boot camp training courses out there. They will make you take like 10 courses. I'm not lying. Like 10 certification, 10 courses, and you have to and these are not real universities. It's one thing if they're like accredited universities. And I would say, yeah, you're in a university, you're going to get a degree, right? These are just training boot camp schools, and they're gonna have you borrow money. They're gonna have you pay between $10,000 to $20,000, and have you take all these certifications, and then you're gonna be like, wait a minute, what am I gonna do with all of these? Because each certification has its own specialty, right? And when you're getting a job, there's never a job that's gonna ask you, you know, that's gonna ask you to have 10 certifications, right? No, they just need you to have one, maybe two if they want to be picky, right? But why are these schools having you take all these courses? And by the way, to take all these 10 classes, you're not going to do it. They'll say, oh, 1 year, but are you really going to finish in 1 year? Probably a year and a half. This is why people need Professor Taney. She's only going to break you in with 2 classes. And there's people finding a job before they finish, before they even start the second class. There's no, oh, you have to take MTA, ITIL, Security Plus, A Plus, and then all the C CompTIAs. There's literally schools out there. If you look in your Facebook feed or look on YouTube, there are schools out there that are going to ask you to come and enroll, and they want you to take all these courses. And then when you're done, you don't know which specialization to go to because you have all these certifications and borrowed all this money for what? And they're not even a real. It's not like you're going to get a college degree from them. They just take your money. You were better off going to university if you were going to spend all that money, right? You were better off going to university. You're going to take 10 classes. So the quickest way to break in is by taking a certified authorization professional and take the CompTIA Security Plus. These classes are 8 weeks. So consult with Professor Tammy. That's what I did. I was gonna do say I was gonna do the go for a certificate in the university, but I was wasting money because I already had a master's degree. I didn't need a second master's degree, and I was lost. Right? I didn't know anything, and it was online. There was no one-on-one with the teacher. It was just I was lost. You're gonna work in small groups with a professor. She's gonna do interviews with you. She's gonna do look at your resume, do a consultation with you. Things you're not gonna get in those training boot camps. Those training boot camps, they just want you to borrow money. They can get paid and throw you out there to the wolves. And you don't need all those 8 to 10. You just need to know which certification you want. You already mentioned you want cybersecurity, right? We're not going to make you take A plus plus. We're not going to make you take ITIL. You're going to go straight into a cybersecurity training course. It's 2 classes. So if I were you, I will be texting Professor Tammy right now. I will write her an email. She has a curriculum, and this is a real college professor curriculum. Like I've seen her curriculum. I matched her curriculum with the American University curriculum. It's the same courses, and the American University was charging like $3,500. She doesn't charge that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you for guiding Shamle. Shamle. Yeah, so that's all you have to do. I mean, a lot of people here are my students, from Joy to Carlton to Teresa, all of them, Lulu. Yeah, so this is for real, okay? And when we train you, we finish training you, we help you with your resume, we do your standard negotiation, everything. And now, and also we do on the job mentorship. Every Sunday, everybody's coming together from Scrum Master. Scrum Master, we act like Scrum Master, okay? Cybersecurity person will act as cybersecurity person. Database person, people will act as database people. We come together and have 2 hour job mentoring. So you actually see what it is in real life. We look at the job, we look at the tools, we discuss it. So nobody is lost. Nobody's like, I don't know what to do. You finish the training, okay, this time for job. I'm not going to let you be. I'm going to be guiding you, helping you, coming together on Sundays, weekends, looking at your resume, your LinkedIn review, everything. Bringing all my students. I've trained over 1,000 plus that are in tech. Bringing them together and mentoring you and guiding you guys because I need this clubhouse to be on fire with my students everywhere getting job, making 100K. That is my plan, and I'm not gonna stop it. Nothing's gonna stop it. So that's the plan. Jump on if you're ready. Come on, we're here to help you. You don't have to take a
Yeah, you
million
got to
courses. You
jump
don't
in.
need a lot of those. Two
And they love
courses.
young
That's all.
people, young, innovative, creative
Yeah.
minds. They love young people in cybersecurity and technology.
So if you're interested, just click on my Instagram bio, book a call for next week or even tomorrow. I don't know if I have any opening tomorrow, but at least I have 30 minutes to talk with you, guide you, and I have some classes starting in August. Right now we are like already started, but I even have some. If you're ready to start now, you can go on my university and just pick the courses there and or mentor you, one on one if you want one on one, or you can just, just call me, and I'll guide you from there. Just click on my Instagram bio, I'll give you all the details. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I will definitely get on that.
You're welcome. No problem. Amit, thank you for joining us. Do you have any question for us? Is Amit here?
Hey, hi. Sorry, I was on mute. Hope you all are doing well. This is Amit Gautam. I am from India. I just wanted to ask something, but before I ask, I would like to share some details about me. Uh, I am a 36-year-old guy. I am working in one of the MNCs who supports US healthcare industry. My current profile is benefit operations manager. So my primary role includes and requires me to work with the different client from US locations to gather the requirements and get the system updated, work with the tech team and the programming team to have the system or file set updated. Uh, that's one of my primary role as of now in the operations industry, and I am looking to for some guidance as I'm planning to move into the technical profile. Uh, I have been, going through some details about PMP, project management, and then the ITIL, but somehow I'm not able to identify what would be the best course for me. Now that I have great amount of work experience, specifically in the U.S. healthcare industry, on the operation side, and uh, so that's it.
Okay, so you're trying to break into tech. Is that what you said?
Say it again.
You're trying to break into IT to tech?
That's right. That's right.
What area? Do you know what area you're interested?
So as of now, I don't have any hands-on experience. I did my master's in information technology. It's been 13 years that I've completed that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make use of that experience of that education. Since my core profile is from the operations, but now that I am seeking to move into the technical profile, probably in a techno function profile like a business analyst or something related to the like ITIL. So I just need to understand if you guys can help me out, figure out what course would be better for me, uh, considering the experience I already have, which I can utilize in the technical field as well.
Yeah, you already mentioned it. You said business analysis. Business analysis is the area you're interested, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So what are you doing concerning that right now?
Nothing.
Yeah, you need to do something. Join a boot camp. Do something, because business analysis is not something you will read and understand. If you don't have any, especially if you are not already in tech. If you're already working in tech, if you're inside a tech company, you probably can shadow a business analyst and see what they're doing. But it's a lot of tools that you need to know. Business analysis is like it's like 8 weeks course. It's not something if you're going for 2 days business analysis, I don't know what you're going for because I saw some people doing 2 days. My business analysis course is 8 weeks because there's a lot of tools you need to know. There's a lot of details that goes into that. So join a boot camp, and since you're in India, you can join my boot camp or join anyone else that you want that you know can mentor you and guide you, and you can go from there. Especially people that are trying to break into FANG and everybody want to do software engineering and all of that. You are better off doing Scrum or business analysis or cybersecurity because those are not too technical. You can easily break in from there. Don't if you are especially if you are very, very, very like you don't have any tech background at all, you don't know anything about tech, zero, just go into management side, like Scrum Master, project management. Don't go into cloud. Do not even try it. I mean, I would rather wait and start with something that is easy, like compliance and cybersecurity compliance. I will not even go into software engineering because I've been doing software engineering for many years, and I know there's a lot of details that you need to get into that can get you frustrated if you are not strong and determined. So start with something like Scrum, data analysis, I mean business analysis, like you mentioned, or compliance. Easily you get in with those ones, and then you can decide to go. Don't come and start with Linux and tell me, "Oh, I just did Linux." Linux for what? You don't have any tech background. How are you gonna know those commands? How are you gonna understand? Just knock your head on the floor for too long, and then you can't get anywhere. So that's a perfect that's a perfect choice for you. Business analysis, go for it. Okay, so look into some resources that you can use. um or if you're ready to join our group as well, let me know and I can guide you from there. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Thanks for the information. That's quite informative. Just one more question for you. Does ITIL will help, the ideal professional should have the technical experience. It's like a mandate to pursue ITIL. If somebody doesn't have the technical experience, what would be your advice?
Now, if you go to any of these boot camp, all of those things will be in it. You will have hands-on projects. You will have real life scenarios in which you're going to use all those tools and skills that you need in real life. So every boot camp will have those things. So that's why you have to make sure you know what you are going to before you get into it. Because some classes will be saying introduction to ITIL, introduction to, then they don't have any project, they don't have anything. So you always ask, do we have hands-on project? What am I going to be going into? So that you know exactly what you are going into. So you don't go there for you only did 2 days and then it's just intro, there's another class. So if you know everything offhand, okay, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm going for, then you go for it. But definitely there should be project and hands-on that will guide you.
Got it. Thank you.
And also the fact that make sure that you can come back. If you don't understand, my student can come back to me. Even if they've been gone for 2 years, if they come back to me, I will still help them. So most people now I see them coming to me. I said, okay, somebody train you. Where are they? Did you contacted them that you need we have problem with your job or you need help? They don't entertain them anymore. My student come to me any day. Tutu have been trained 5 years. She's still with me. We talk every single day. Okay? Sometimes we
Yeah,
talk
we
for
have a
2-3 hours.
now we have a television.
Even I know that's an exception, but
So teachers
Sure
can
thing.
come
So,
now and say,
Tami,
oh, what do you do with this technology? What do you do with that technology? Does anybody know this? We have a WhatsApp chat group that we still, the colleagues that we took our training, we still communicate, and we're already working. We're already professionals. The risky part about going to all these boot camps, if you take too many classes, they only give you the introduction level, and then it'll help you with placing you in the jobs, right? And then you take too many certifications and you don't even know which job to look for. Then you can't be specialized in 10 different things in one year, right? So it's easy for you to stick to a school or a person that is a mentor in that field that you want to go into, and they show you the right course to take. It could be one or two courses, but at least you know you're not taking several different courses and you're sticking to one person, and you can still communicate with them. They can still get in touch with you to mentor you. When you're doing interviews, when you apply for jobs, they're there to work with you.
got it. Thank you. Thanks.
yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks, Amy.
Let me know if you need anything. Yeah, Mayowa, thank you for joining us. Do you have any question for us?
Hello, my name is Mayo Adioshun. I work as a procurement officer. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, do you have any question?
I just want to break into tech because after the COVID experience and a lot of things, salaries were slashed, and I kind of enjoyed the liberty that the tech industry enjoyed, like working from home. I really want to break into tech, so I think I like data analysis. So today, someone told me to go and learn Python first, and I was like, okay, I'm going to download Python tomorrow. Then I come on Clubhouse and I thought this room. So what I don't know is I have a friend that attended the training like that. After the training, they told him to go and be watching YouTube, so I can be good. So I don't know. What is this what exactly will this training cover? Is it like from zero to hero, something like that? I don't know more.
Okay, where are you located?
Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay. Well, it depends on the environment, right? Data analysis is great. It's from zero to hero for real, but if you're ready to learn, because with data, with our data analysis program, we have SQL Server, SQL development, query, the database. It's a 12 weeks course. So it's you're gonna be doing the database, data query, querying the database and all that. Then from there, you're gonna learn about Azure Cloud, then we're going to learn about Power BI, how to create dashboard and report and stuff like that. So that's 12 weeks. And that's good enough to get you started. So Python, it depends on what you're trying to do with Python. I mean, is that's coding, that's coding. So if you're trying to be a data analyst, there are different areas of data analysis. Some data analysts are pretty much going to be doing dashboard. They pull their data from maybe Excel or SQL Server, but probably not going to be even doing anything intense with like going into database and managing it or moving things around or creating tables or the objects. They're probably not going to be doing that. Most people are not doing that, but they need to do that. So that's why my classes are deep down focused on making sure you know how to create all the objects of the database, you know how to query very well, and create, stored procedure, triggers, functions, everything like that. Even Tutu took that class, even though she's into cybersecurity, and as well as knowing how the agile environment, creating your own server, virtual machines, doing data factory, moving things around to premises, back and forth on different storage, as well as knowing how to create your own dashboard with Tableau or Power BI and stuff like that. So that's our own data analysis, and they're available on my website. They're already available online on my IT University. If you're interested, you can easily take those courses. If you are doing it online, it's a slash. It's like half price online. It's not live, but it's half price. You can go on there, take it, and if you have questions, I can always guide you. So that's affordable for people that cannot afford a live class. If you want to come to a real live class, you can also come to live class as well. So all those are available. Okay. So that if you know about data analysis, you can do so well with it. Okay.
Okay. Then my second question,
Mm-hmm.
why I chose data analysis is because like I have my friends are into tech and they feel like my are doing very well in calculation, Excel. I should do well in data analysis. But deep down, I think I like cybersecurity, just like trying new things. But I don't now know. Is it my past experience that will make me focus more on it or like passion
Yeah,
or based on what I've been doing well?
you need to know which area you like. Cybersecurity is also good, but because you're in Nigeria right now, they have not even started with compliance. Okay, they are not ready. But what you can do is that you can do security plus and labs. So vulnerability labs. How do you scan the network? How do you secure your network? How do you secure your infrastructure? If you have those background, you can easily go to the banks, you can easily go to the institutions and help them. You can easily do a lot, even as an entrepreneur. You can start your own portfolio and help organizations to secure the infrastructure, because right now they are not there yet, but you can create awareness, you can do training for them, you can do so much with that in Nigeria, in Africa. You understand? People are not thinking about that yet, but because I'm an entrepreneur, I think out of the box. Okay, so you can do so much with cybersecurity in Africa. You can train, you can do so much with it. So that's another area. That's another advantage of cybersecurity for Africa. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'll go check up your website now.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I know we already spent 30 minutes more. C2M, thank you so much. We've not even gotten to you. Thank you, sir, for always being here to guide and to help us and to mentor us all in the room. So I just want you to introduce yourself and before we close down the room and give us any tip that you want to give us. And before C2M will say something, Christopher, I have so much here. So I'm probably going to continue tomorrow with break into tech because I have like up to 15 or something like that tips here that will not even touch any of them. So today we're just discussing. I'm just flowing with the flow. I'm flowing with the flow right today. So we have so much that we're going to look at. How can you break into tech? What are the things you need to do? They are here. So we're probably going to come back tomorrow again, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern time, to discuss these tips. So that will be part two, right? So we're going to do that because we already spent 20, 30 minutes over our regular time and we're still here. So let's see to him introduce himself and then we can continue.
Yeah, no, it's been a great conversation. I know I came in late, so I will just join one of your other conversations. But this is Chris from Boston. I'm in the business development space for a small firm called Health Technology Group. We focus on IT, healthcare, and administrative placements that are centric to Boston. But appreciate learning from everybody, and I look forward to the next session.
Thank you, Christopher. We really appreciate it. So as we round up to close the room, I'll just ask from Miss Toots to Joy to Ayana, any advice for people that don't have any tech background, any encouragement for them to continue to continue in their journey, or if they have not started and they're scared to connect and get started. There's nothing to be scared of. If we are here to help you, what are you scared of? It's like, unless you don't want to make some money, right? So we start with Tutu and then we go up and then we'll close the room. Then we'll come back tomorrow to continue from where we stopped. Tutu.
Yeah, so one advice that I want to advise people is uh, depending on which region of the world that you're in, that you're located in. I would suggest people to try to, keep an eye out or ears out to what's hot and lucrative in a region that you're in. Even in here, even in the US, right? There are certain states that have like big tech hubs, and there are certain states that pay more, that have more jobs. Like in the DC area, technology, cybersecurity is big and very competitive in the DMV area because of all the federal contractors, federal hubs. Um, so I'm noticing a lot of people want to get into information security, cybersecurity from like, countries in, like Nigeria. I just want to say to people to try to see if you can do your research and see what people know more about it. Because we don't want you to take a class and then you're like, oh, I'm not able to use it there. Or they might call it something differently in your country. Like some countries might call it IT auditor, right? Some countries might call it information security at certain companies. So try to see which research you can do and see how is it to get into that field, that specific field. Because I know they have a lot of people. People are doing software development, software, engineers. They're everywhere across the globe. So cybersecurity is very hot right now. So what if policies and compliance is not really big in where you are, like Professor Temi said, right? So you will really need to do a consultation with Professor Temi, and you also need to look at what it is in your, whatever country, part of the world that you're in. Do the research and see what's hot over there. Because I know what's really, really hot here in Canada, US, and even in the UK, right? But, I know that, Azure and AWS, there are people using it now in, countries in Africa. So you can even get into that part also. But look, this is especially from Iowa, like you want to ask around, to see what jobs you can really get fast where you are. So do a consultation with Professor Temi, and she can also help you with that research and say, hey, we noticed in this country these are the job titles, and this is really hot in those countries, and this is what your certifications transfers and translates into this type of job. That's it.
Thank you, Tutu. And Joy, do you have any input?
Hi, yes. Tutu, I love what you just said. And Miss Timmy, I also love what you said earlier, or what you asked earlier of Richie. You asked, what he loved to do. That's definitely what you want to start with. What do you love to do? Do you want to talk to the customer? Do you want to code? Do you want to be in AWS and different things like that. And then one of the things that I did was I would go and look at the job descriptions and see what the employers are looking for. And those are the things that I started working on. So give you an example. When I first started, decided to go to school, I kept seeing C sharp. I kept seeing JavaScript, different things like that. So I took it upon myself to start things. So that's to be in, and then start taking classes, jobs that you're seeking. Thanks. I'm Joy. I'm done.
Yeah, thank you, Joy. Joy is actually one of my mentees right now, and she's doing very well. She's very passionate. She worked for Amazon already, and we can leverage that to get an Amazon job. She already with the fangs. So thank you, Joy, for that. Ayana, yes. Do you have any input to that?
Another great conversation, and people can learn. That would be the first step, right? Learn what the employers, hiring managers, and recruiters are looking for. As Joy stated, read that job description very carefully. See, compare it to your resume. What is missing in terms of your skill set? If you're going from one role to another, one department to another, one industry to another, if you're making that type of pivot, there will always be a learning curve that you have to go over, right? So, on the uphill of that learning curve, what skill set do you need to acquire? How will you acquire it? Where will you acquire it from? What do you need to learn to gain? Which credentials? What certifications? What courses do you need to take in order for you to now have the right technical skill proficiency in order for you to successfully interview for those roles? So, I hear a lot of people saying they want to break in, they want to do this, they want to get into this role and that role. You absolutely can, but are you willing to take the time, make the sacrifice, take those courses, pay for that class, get the tutoring, get the mentorship, get the coaching, write the new resume, write the new LinkedIn, connect to recruiters, and do what you need to do, prepare for those technical interviews. I see a lot of people going through this process and they are not studying for technical interviews. Anytime you're applying for a technical role, you have to keep in mind that there is a technical skill set that they will test you on. You have to do your research for the position you're applying to, know what they're going to test you, whether it's SQL, Python, R, whiteboarding, problem solving, product management, executive reporting, dashboard, Tableau. You have to be prepared for that interview. I see too many people going in and they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. I even hear that recruiters are now doing some basic technical questions and skill tests during the screening, the phone screenings, because they want to weed out people who don't have the right skills before they even get to the second interviews. So you definitely need to make sure that you are fully prepared for those opportunities as they will come to you with the right skill set going in. It is not impossible, as we've stated here. There are many examples and many people on this stage and in this room that have done it, and we'll do it. And we're all here to support you and to champion you in what you're doing. So please follow the moderators, connect with us on LinkedIn, ask us the right questions, make sure that you're getting the right information to break in and that you're taking the right steps as well. So you don't have to make mistakes or, fall into areas where you don't know what you're doing and you freak out. There's definitely help available here for you. So reach out, connect with us, let us know what you're going through and what you need to do in order to take it to the next level in tech. Thank you so much, Professor Temi.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Wow, great room today, isn't it? Again. Thank you. So we spend almost an hour now extra. So we want to thank everybody for joining us. C2M, Miss Toots, Joy, Ayana, Aola, everybody that came up with questions. Thank you all so much for being here. Amayowa as well. So tomorrow we're probably going to continue because we still have so much to cover here. Tomorrow I was planning to do cover letter, but we're probably going to discuss this so we can go deeper into the tips, the mistakes you make. The tips to break into tech with no experience. We're going to go into that tomorrow. We always say every single day, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, I can see, yeah, Miss Yana agree that we should continue. And yours, please be here at 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow so we can continue discussion on this. And follow the room. Make sure you follow the room um, so you can get the alert. Follow the moderators as well, and and look under the bio, see if there's anything that resonates with you, and schedule a call, discovery call. If you're trying to break into tech, we can help you break into tech. And hopefully you are writing things down. I want to thank all my students, all my mentees for being here always. We're starting a mentoring, free mentoring for all of them, people that are into different area of tech. We're going to come together, brainstorm, discuss. You see how everything happens in real life. We do real life scenarios of different situations. And I've mentored over thousands of people into tech. A lot of them will be joining me to mentor others. That's what we do. We give back and continue to give back. So thank you all so much for being here. I hope to see you all tomorrow, same time, same place. And I wish you a wonderful evening, and stay blessed and stay safe. Take care and good night, everybody.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Bye. Bye. Follow the moderators, follow the room. Bye, everybody.
And ping all your friends about this room.
Yeah, do that. That would be great if you can tell others. Thank you, everybody.